Dr. Blevins here with an overview of my second day of week 5. This was to be a strength day for squat actually, and I was supposed to, I believe, have 4 sets of 5 with 545, and that did not happen today. I've been missing some weights lately, overtaxed my system with a little bit too much deadlift on this training cycle, and so I'm going to have to really auto-regulate and pull some things back, lower some intensities over the next few weeks to get things squared away. You saw there that even though that was supposed to be a set of 5, I did 3 reps, and I just could tell that it wasn't going to be there on that set. I hit RP 8, maybe 8.5 on that 3rd rep, and knew that I wasn't going to make it for 2 more. I took a little bit extra rest, maybe about 5 minutes in between sets, and focused really hard on this second set, and it was able to get it for 5 like I was supposed to. Rep number 3 on this set was about what rep number 2 on the first set was like, and you'll see here on this last rep there's a little bit of bar slowing right there, and then up. That is an RP 8 or 8.5 for me when I have that just slight slowing near my sticking point. You'll see on this rep, the last rep of this set rather, that I get up to RPE 9. And one of the things I would say is learn your RPEs based out of your bar speed. It's hard to tell a lot of times when you're under the weight how fast you're going, but if you can film yourself, if you've got a phone or something, you can get used to seeing your bar speed and tell what your RPE is based off of that generally. This rep right here, see that slight slowing about 2/3 of the way up, tells me it's RPE 8. And this rep here is RPE 9. The slowing is more pronounced, and it lasts through about, I would say, 30% of the ascent of the bar. As it goes up, about 30% of my lift is slow. And that tells me it's an RPE 9, 9.5. I may have had one more good rep after that. Now, because I had done 3 reps on the first set, and then done 2 sets of 5 like I was supposed to, I decided to drop the weight to 495, and then I would do 7 reps. I was going to go for 5, but if I felt like it was there, I was going to go for 7, and it ended up being there on this day. This set moved pretty well. Again, I had to focus a lot on this day. My lower back, my spinal erectors especially, were completely trashed before I'd even started the workout. Just walking down to the gym, I already felt a lot of muscle soreness and pain in that mid-back region, and could tell that it was going to be a difficult day, which is why I was very conservative in my warm-ups and moved slowly up. I then moved to high bar. I did these were supposed to be, I believe, 4 sets of 4, or maybe 5 sets of 4 rather. I ended up doing triples instead, because when I dropped the weight even to 455, this triple here was already up to an RP 8, maybe RP 9. It doesn't look it so much. My sticking point and the trouble I have with high bar is right out of the hole, and that was just too difficult. Probably closer to RP 8 than anything else. But I did 405 for the rest of my working sets. I then had speed bench. Bench press is still going fairly well. I'm not overtaxed on this lift. And had 335 for 8 sets of 2. Blew through these with about maybe 35 to 45 seconds of rest in between sets, and was able to move through them quickly. I then finished up with some Spoto pressing with 385. This also moved pretty well. It's not my best. I was tempted to move up the weight, but really what I'm learning is I need to, if I'm having an easy day, take the easy day and enjoy it for what it is. It means that I'm not overtaxed, and it functions almost as a deload if I'm staying in that RP 7, RP 8 range and not pushing into RP 9. I've just pushed it a little too hard. And I had mentioned before a few times, you want to run like you're running to win the race. But if the race is a marathon, you don't win by sprinting. You win by getting at a sustainable pace and keeping that through the long haul. And that's what I'm definitely trying to learn here and focus on. So I'll be working with my coach to get out of some of this overtraining that I've gotten myself into. Pretty much that's going to be a reduction in volume and intensity over the next couple of weeks. But should be able to get back on track, because I don't think I've been overtrained for too long. Instead of doing a lot of assistance work that would tax my back more, usually my assistance work is focused on my upper back or some sort of rowing, I decided to do some shoulder rock work. I do this as part of my warm-up, but also did it at the end of the workout because it helps loosen up my shoulders and keep them healthy. My shoulders are finally starting to feel better after that 501 bench press. They've just felt a little off, You know, the more you get to know your body, the more you can tell when you're just a little bit off. And they're feeling better, which is a good thing. And the shoulder rock has been a big part of that. I will speak highly of it. It's been a really good tool for me in this last training cycle. So I'll have more on that probably in the future, but it's a pretty good tool. Putting up the same verse as I did last time. To count it all joy, brothers and sisters, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And if that steadfastness has had its full effect, you will be complete, perfect, lacking in nothing. And that's something where the trials are never easy, the testing is never fun, and if you don't learn as you're going through it, it's not going to have its perfect and complete work where you're lacking in nothing because you won't have learned the lessons. But as I'm going through this period where I've overtrained, I've pushed too hard, I've made some decisions that were not the right decision, I'm going to learn from it so that I can keep moving forward and that I can keep becoming a better version of who I am now. I'm never satisfied with who I am, not in the sense that I hate who I am or don't like myself. Rather, I'm never satisfied. I'm always trying to move forward to become better. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. In fact, I think it's very healthy. I think if you look at the greats, they weren't satisfied with whatever they had done. They want to be better. And that's true in my programming ability, that's true in my lifting ability, my form, and in my spiritual life. And so even when I'm in a trial and it's difficult and it's hard and things aren't going the way that you want, there are still things to be learned. You can still become better even when things aren't going your way. In any case, I hope wherever you're at, you're doing well. Blessings.